This is not a super exciting morning. It's Tuesday, and I'm doing what I do best, which involves watching the Today Show or This Morning, Good Morning America, on delay after I take people to school. I've decided taking people to school wears my ass out. It does. It's true. True story. So I love, I'm really keen on finding out what the news happening is. So we've had a Taliban, just for anybody that doesn't know. I mean, this is important stuff. You got to stay in tune. We've done a prisoner swap with a convicted Taliban drug smuggler, letting a Navy guy out after 3 years, which, good. We don't need any American sitting over there with the Taliban that was in the military. Oh, they're still talking about the Queen. Did y'all watch the Queen's service yesterday? Good morning. Good morning. All my subscribers on here. We're going to have a little subscriber chit chat after this. Made good progress on our Amos's wrapping paper fundraiser. And I said this yesterday, not to sound like a broken record. The world has gone crazy. I don't understand how anything can be turned into something negative. It's like, I shouldn't even talk about it, but it blows my mind. People are clearly smarter than I am or have less time. Yesterday, this person wrote me a 10-page soliloquy on how my screaming privilege was in that post about the frickin' wall wrapping paper. How can doing something that doesn't benefit me at all be privilege? And then I just pointed out, by the time you wrote this thing, you could have made a batch of deviled eggs for a teacher or sold 2 rolls of paper. And then the person was like, oh, now you're telling me what to do with my time in the day. Privilege. So then I was like, you know what, damn it? I'm going to look up privilege. Well, the National Institute of Health, which those people are real smart, there's a whole research study on the use of the word privilege in social media. Is that not fantastic? Would you know what it says? It's not a shock. When you interject the word privilege into social media, it pisses people off and makes people less likely to have productive conversations. Oh, she missed the bus. The line was exhausting. I didn't have Amos go through the line. I made a mistake by thinking, I'll walk him to the door. No, because then I can't get him away from me. And then the nice school resource officer was like, I'll walk him to breakfast. And you would have thought that he thought he was being arrested. So I called my husband. I was like, you've got to start taking Amos to school, and I'll take the middle school trolley because it's not worth the aggravation. But Lee, it's so interesting. It's so interesting. This concept of privilege. And it's one of those things that people, I don't think, are even using correctly, because I looked up the definition of privilege, and it's status you have from belonging to a very specific group. So it's a trigger word. Oh, Cynthia, that's a good way to put it. A trigger word. Oh, God, interest rates are going up. Well, basically, if you hadn't moved, don't move now. That's what that means. We're discussing privilege and how wrapping paper selling is privileged. And I get it, because I really get it when you get rewarded for selling wrapping paper, which we're not being rewarded for selling wrapping paper. So that's the privilege part. You get to ride in a limo if you sell X amount of whatever. Well, of course that is, because you might have more access to people that can buy things, right? Like grandparents. Not that our grandparents ever buy a thing. And one time there was one of those limo rides, and ain't nobody went in my limo ride. Does Amos have a one-on-one? Amos does not have a one-on-one. Amos does not have a one-on-one. My daughter got money for AR points and purchased books. Yeah, and then yesterday I put this post up. Oh, this is good. We don't want to miss this. Sherry Papini. Do you remember her? We just missed it. So oh God, now the dog's barking. Sherry Papini. Oh, shoot. Sorry, my language is so bad. Can't help it. Sherry Papini. Oh, there it is. Got sentenced to 18 months yesterday in prison because, well, let's just be honest. Sherry Papini faked her own kidnapping. And I thought that sounded a little crazy, but honestly, as more time goes on, I can kind of see that you might do that. You know what she did? I shouldn't say this. Yeah, you're privileged. I mean, all you fools are privileged that you're sitting here on Facebook this morning. I mean, seriously, if you don't live in North Korea wondering if you're going to get some food today, you're privileged. I mean, WTF. So Sherry Papini faked her own kidnapping and didn't even tell her husband about it. I thought he was kind of in on it too. But she went and I shouldn't laugh. Oh, God, Stacey, you'd like my subscriber page. I just sit and tickle myself. And you get a lot of insight from my family members, which I don't know if is very good or not. Subscribers, we're having a coffee chat this morning at 9 a.m. But Sherry Papini went and holed up in a motel room with an old boyfriend for 2 weeks. Right? And then just cut all her hair off and was like, woo, I'm back. Anyway, privilege to live in Orlando. There is privilege. I mean, I said, and I said this yesterday, there's plenty of privilege here. I would not deny that at all. Can you zoom in on the wall behind you, the painting? Okay, this wall right there. So that is done by Jordan Connolly, who lives in South Carolina, and she is a really amazing artist and has, I think it's Jordan Connolly Art Studios. On Sunday, I did an art tour in my house, which is where I love to show lots of artists, really from East Coast, South Side. Tam, I saw that we're going to be talking about that. The girl that killed her sex trafficker, stabbed him to death. Heck yeah. And she had to pay restitution of $150,000, I think up in Chicago. And like a GoFundMe raised $342,000 within like a snippety snap. It's the law up there. Chocolate covered almonds. I think we're selling those in Amos's. Oh, this poor Little League person. He fell out of the darn bed. Enjoying the privilege of today. Megan Walsh's social media. Polly, I have not. She is instrumental in having DCFS in Florida having her children removed. Wait. What? Megan Walsh's children are being removed? Staying her father, John Walsh. 5-day-old baby? No. Holy crapoli. I love John Walsh. What in the world? It's bad times there. Bad times. I'm also, here it is. Oh, they're not going to tell us about it. How about Adman Syed getting out of jail? Well, Lisa, I saw that. I don't know enough about. He was convicted of like murdering his girlfriend, and then they said that there wasn't DNA evidence. I don't know enough about it too. No. The privilege I earned after teaching school for 34 years. Heck yeah, it is. Hecky to the yucky on that one. Subscriber page is my guilty pleasure. My subscriber page is, I realize it seems bizarre to some people. Why would I pay somebody $5 on Facebook? But you pay $5 for a double quarter pounder with cheese from McDonald's. Though right now you get one for $1 if you get one. So it's like $7.50 or something. I said that one time, and then somebody was like, I'm offended that you think all the people that watch your page eat at McDonald's. I just can't take this people being offended. Y'all want to be offended? I mean, you ought to spend like a morning with my dad. Your mind would be blown with being offended. I mean, if I'm offending you by selling wrapping paper and talking about cross country, I mean, some people were like, it's so amazing that your children get to run. Not all children. It's such a privilege. It's like, it is a public school sport at a Title I school. There are white children, brown children, black children, Hispanic children. People play sports, and it's 70% free and reduced lunch. They're like, well, you have to have shoes. We know this. And yes, sometimes families go and buy other kids' shoes. We raise money. We have clubs and boosters. Like, it does not mean that not everybody gets to play a sport. Stephanie doesn't go for free fries at McDonald's. Oh, really? You get them free? It's a sickness. Oh, John Walsh. Oh, that's scary. So y'all might as well get ready, because this spring, your mind is getting ready to be blown. I'm going to Deer Valley on a ski trip. Privilege. Now, mind you, it's a work trip. It's a work trip. So we are being hosted. In return, I will be writing about Deer Valley. Now, I do have to have my own ski clothes, which is a privilege. But that's why I go to the clothes closet. Mofos. When my dad is interviewed on my subscriber page, there's no way I would ever let that go to the big internet. How do you subscribe? I put a little link in the comments in a minute, or one of my subscribers can. But it's fun. We don't have people trying to give you their Cash App, and we don't have all this arguing and this like, I don't like what you're talking about. I'm offended. Your wrapping paper selling. So Amos has sold. And somebody said, well, my child's jealous they don't sell wrapping paper. And I said to my husband, I never would have thought for a minute. Do you know how awesome it would be if Amos could be proud of selling that wrapping paper? Like, maybe you're privileged for having a child that wants to be number one. I belong to this amazing little person who has no concept of money or competition, which is great. But like, don't think for a minute that everything is peachy geechy. So he has sold, or the link on my page has sold about $8,000 worth. And I think we get 50%. So that will be a big boost for the field trips this year. They cost they used to cost $6,000 for the whole school. So anyway, and some people like wrapping paper. I actually wrap presents. I didn't buy any this year. I bought it last year. Because now I've got to go to McDonald's. My neighbor is in charge of McDonald's down the way. Where's the link for the wrapping paper? I put up a post yesterday about it, but I'll put that in there too. But you know what? It's not like we get a prize. We don't do that at school because it doesn't make sense. because Amos would always win, right? So there's no limo ride anywhere. We're just doing it because it's good for the school. Adrian gains nothing from it. Nothing. 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 Maybe credit can be given to the kids who are unable to sell. So Pam, it doesn't matter because the credit's not helping you. Like we don't, our school, because we're aware of privilege, we don't reward based on how much you sell. There's no reward for selling a lot. So I could have put in anybody's code. I just put in Amos's because I thought it would help sell more. So anyway. Yeah, and I did think, well, Amos and I could go knock on somebody's door. But then I was like, crap. If you go to somebody's door, he wants to go in their house. That's my neighbors. My neighbors. Good sales experience. I know somebody was like, I don't believe in child labor. Well, I do. Heck yeah, child labor. People, oh, this is good. Susan said she's a subscriber. People who join obviously are more sincere in comments instead of blowing steam off while behind a screen. Yeah, we do have some really good discussions about autism and public schools and newsy things. I'm really excited this afternoon. The subscribers and I are going to be talking about this tomorrow. I'm joining a Zoom call with this expert from Yale on the effects of gun violence on our school children, particularly school gun violence. And so, we have some really good discussions. We also sometimes get my husband on when he's not foul. And my teenagers, though my teenage boys are off at school, so they're not here right now. My 13-year-old daughter is just full of opinions. Mm-hmm. Yep, opinions. What else? Somehow yesterday I started reading about that Gabby Petito case. Oh, I know what it was. Gabby Petito Dateline came out. And it will make you want to, hurt the Brian Laundrie's parents. I must pay off credit cards, said Stephanie. Yes, you should, Stephanie. You're not going to miss that much. Save your $5. But if you have $5 or you're like me and you're wasting $5 on like a Big Mac or a, Christmas necklace, or you go into Walgreens and you buy one bag of Doritos was $4.50. That's what happens when you go to Walgreens instead of the food line for grocery shopping. Mm-hmm. So I went in Walgreens and spent like $15, but if I'd gone to the grocery store, I would have spent $60. So it seems smart, right? Sort of the penny fundraiser, Janie. Yes, we do a money fundraiser. Well, we're going to be doing a little different thing this year. I'm doing that on my blog. Basically, my blog has become a North Carolina public school fundraising page. No, it hasn't. But holy shit, we are poor and need money. And I want our kids to have a chance to go places. And if y'all are going to scream privilege at me, then so be it. Give me your best shot. I'll take it. I'm seriously thinking about becoming a subscriber. It's hard to find like-minded people for open discourse. And Kathy, I would say in my subscriber group, we are not all the same. We have people that think Trump is a deity, and then we have people that think Trump is the Antichrist. Now, we have very lively discussions, but for the most part, I feel like people can discuss and not go apeshit, which is important. Now, there's a little cussing, too. The Uvalde shooting still has a hold on my heart. Gosh, Ashlyn, I couldn't agree more. It was terrible. Yeah, you're exactly right. So anyway, yes, so Julie, it does help when it's the other page. There aren't really trolls out this morning. I think they come out at night. I'm here, and I'm going to complain because I'm old. I said the other night, a woman was on here and she was just giving it to me on a night video. And what was her name? Janet. I was like, Janet, I'm going to just guess some things about you. Pretend I'm like that. Who's that guy that's the magician? He talks like this. It's really cool sounding. I love him. Well, anyway, I was like, Janet, I think you're going to have a Trump profile picture. And I bet you have a cat or a dog profile picture. I bet you're blonde. And I bet you're in your 60s. Honest to goodness. I got off and looked at her profile picture. Trump, dog, blonde, 63. Bing, 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 bing. It's like people are like, damn it, I could have been successful. And now this fool is sitting on her couch, drinking out of some cup from the Habitat store. And she's making money on me, and it pisses me off. Yeah, look, Stephanie, $10 for a Coke at the Dodger Stadium. So if you're at a baseball game, you're privileged, Stephanie. Dogs brought down a rabbit in the yard. Thank you, Jackie. Yeah, I mean, when does your group meet? So Elizabeth, we're about to meet in 1 minute. We kind of do a variety of times. Yesterday we did super early. I did 6 a.m. for the Queen Elizabeth funeral. We had a little mini watch party before it was time to get ready for school. And then today it's at 9. Some nights it's at 9. We have this kind of health. So I've lost like 30 pounds, 35 pounds. And our person, Angela Thatcher, she's kind of our health guru. She comes on about every other week and does videos with us. Tomorrow we're going to be talking about the gun scenario, but we're going to do that at night, probably at 8. So we try to, I was kidding, Stephanie. I try to change up the times. We always do Saturday morning around 10. This Sunday we did an art and house tour at 4. What's going on in the condo? My hoarder. Well, I'm going to try to file an insurance claim today. It's bad in there. 10,000 pounds out of the hoarding so far. It's bad. Honor, quiet. Oh my God, I just got my head taken off. How do you subscribe? I have a link. I'll put it in when this is done. Yeah, I have a link. You just saw Lady Gaga. I love Lady Gaga. Well, Carrie Ann, you drink coffee and we sit and have a chit chat. We know everybody. Like Ashlyn now got a job. She's working at a school. We had a weekend in Edenton where subscribers came for the weekend last spring. It was real fun. In fact, they're trying to pin me down for this spring. Now, this spring, the only thing I know I'm doing is on April 30th, I will be in Minnesota at my friend Finding Cooper's Voice, Kate Swenson, as her keynote speaker for her big conference day. She caught me at a weak moment, and I love her, so I'm going. The dog has found something. Did you end up getting the dumpster? Yes, some nice follower of mine delivered a dumpster because they own give me that, because they own a scrapyard, and they're delivering a dumpster to the hoarding condo this morning. And hopefully Robert and Bam will get their butts over there and finish cleaning the condo. Since I'm paying them $3,000, which is why I'm doing so much video this month, to compensate Robert and Bam. We need a subscriber cruise. Yes, we're trying to go on a subscriber cruise next year. Lord help me. Got to get my bikini bottom in shape. Okay, I'm going to put the links for the fundraiser in and the blog page in. Carry on, my people. Oh, that's nice, Jane.